Hi everybody, this is Kim Hughes of Kim Hughes & Company, and I am so thrilled for you to join me today as we talk about the new year. A lot of agents have a tendency to just buy everything that's thrown at them, hoping to find that one thing that's going to make their business, successful. And it's not just one thing. It has to start off with you, the agent. And how do you feel about who you are, what you have to give to your buyers, your sellers, your brokerage, etc. Are you an agent that other agents look up to? Are they looking at you like you're just starting out and they see a lot of potential in you? And or maybe you're seasoned and you look at that other agent and you're kind of envious of what they have accomplished. But how did they do that is the big question. Is how are they so organized and how are they so successful in their business? Not monetarily, but in their business. So these are the things that we're going to talk about today. So if this is of any interest of you, of reviewing your systems, your organization, and how you look at your business outside, taking a step outside, stick around. This is what we're going to talk about. Hopefully you'll pick up a couple of tips, and if you have something to share, make sure you put it in the comments below. If you like this video, I would love for you to like it, and always subscribe, because I'm always sending out things just for the subscribers, but also you will be the first one to know when I put out a new video. Now that the holidays are over, I can now get back into my business, which I'm very excited about for the year, because I took a couple of weeks and looked at my business to see what did I want from my own business for 2020. And my business, of course, as everybody knows, it comes from you, the real estate agent. So, of course, anything I can do to help you better yourself is going to give me the return of investment that I've made here by creating these videos for you. So the first thing we want to talk about is, taking a moment, just kind of set yourself off to the side. You've heard me say this before. The best way to concentrate is to get some water, get some coffee, a glass of wine, whatever that may be, and just kind of give yourself some time to think about without, any distractions. So with that said, kind of look at last year. What worked last year for you? What didn't work? What did you not finish? What did you not accomplish? But more importantly, what did you accomplish? We have a tendency as humans to focus on the negative, but sometimes we have to sit back and go, I've got to focus on the things that I did do, because I had a really tough year. Maybe you had a lot going on in your personal life and it took away from you being in the business. So therefore you were not able to accomplish maybe some of the goals you were wanting to accomplish. But look at what you did do and what did you learn from those experiences that can help you go into the new year. Okay. That's where I want you to kind of look at this. Think positive about it. Don't sit there and beat yourself up because, my goal was to close 20 transactions and I closed 15. Well, good for you that you closed 15, It's a goal, so just make sure that you are realistic in what you're setting. Okay, so starting off, we are going to talk about your programs. Take an evaluation. So as it's kind of like, this is the time of year where we have to get our taxes together. We're looking at everything. We're looking for receipts. We're looking for this and that, and we're so unorganized. And so the first thing I want you to do is get organized with your taxes. And then as you are working on those, look at the things that you paid for and see if those items or those things, do you really need them? So for example, if you have a CRM system and you've been using it for a year and now you've bought a new one, but you haven't done anything with it, so you're still using the old one because you haven't had time to implement the new one, make a decision. Which one are you going to go with? Is there something about the new CRM that attracted you to make you want to buy that, and now you're paying for two, but you're only using one? Make a decision. Put an action in place and either, say, what? I don't have time to mess around with that new CRM. So I'm going to close that, stay with what I've got, and then when I do have time, I will focus on that. But that's extra money that's I'm spending $40 a month probably out of your pocket that doesn't need to be spent. So, or maybe you say, I am tired of my old CRM. It's not functioning the way I need it to be, so this new one's going to work. So make the time to move everything over. Most CRM companies will help you do that. They will help you move your database over, your action plans, your campaigns, and whatever else you have. So keep that in mind as you are thinking about that. Ask them if they can help you. If not, we help agents do that all day long. So maybe reach out to us. We would be thrilled to help you get that taken care of and get that off your plate and get it organized and get it set up so that it's making money for you, because your database is your bread and butter, okay? So make a decision on your CRM. If you are using multiple programs, look at each program and say, what do they give me? What is it that I'm using? If you're not using it, be okay with closing the account and letting it go. If you decide 6 months from now, gosh, I wish I still had that program, you can always go back and buy it. It's always going to be there if it was a good program. So keep that in mind, but don't waste money where you don't need to waste it. Because what I want to do, and this is where I'm going with all of this, is that at the end of this evaluation that you're doing, you're going to find that you have more money by closing the accounts that you don't need or don't use. We all have that fear of missing out syndrome. And that is where they call you up and they make you feel like if you don't buy it today, they're going to give it to another agent and you're going to miss out. Well, what are you going to miss out on? Really, if you think about it, what are you missing out on? Maybe a lead, okay. If it's a zip code, they're telling you, well, if you don't take this zip code, we're going to give it to another agent. Okay, but guess what? There's 10 other companies out there selling the same zip code. So it's not so unique, okay? If you are spending money with, a lead generation system and it's not making you money, it's not giving you the leads that you want, or maybe you've got the leads and you just haven't had time to work the leads. Sit down and look at it and go, you know what? I haven't been able to work these leads for 2 months and I'm giving them $500 a month. So guess what? I need to just shut that down and revisit that later on, okay? Because if you're paying for something to generate leads for you and you don't even have time to take care of those leads, you're just giving a company money for no reason whatsoever. And you could take that $500 or whatever and put it towards something else. Maybe you pay off a bill. Maybe you take a weekend trip with your husband. Whatever that may be, but don't just throw money out because of fear that somebody else may take it, okay? Or they're going to give it to someone else. The fear of missing out. Okay, then, because, and let me back up, because a lot of times in the real estate programs that are out there, they all pretty much can offer the same thing. So when you are reviewing your systems and your programs, see if you have two programs that may have, you like this program because it does this, but this program over here does that, and you like both, but do they both offer the same thing? And if so, then combine them together, get rid of one. Okay, very easily done. And we do analysis for agents as well. So if you ever need an analysis done on the programs that you have, that's something that we can help you with to help you eliminate, all the junk that you have, and we're going to help you save money in those areas. Okay, then, sit back and kind of, like I said earlier, take an evaluation of what worked for you last year. What programs did you use that actually worked, and what programs didn't work? Do a pros and cons if you have to. If you see an agent in your office that is very successful in organization, they just come in, they know exactly what they're doing on a daily basis. Maybe take them out to coffee or take them to lunch and ask them, can I pick your brain at what you are doing in your business? Meaning, what is your CRM? How do you work with your photographer? How do you work with your stagers? What does your listing presentation look like? You might be surprised how some agents may be honored to help you and talk to you about how they have built their business with the programs that they have. I personally am that person. If somebody comes to me and says, you did this so great, would you mind sharing with me how you do that? And I'm going to share it with them. Why wouldn't I? I want everybody to be successful, but then I also know who to share with and who not to share with, okay? So just be smart and make sure that you show appreciation to anybody that can help you get ahead in your business, okay? Other things to look at is, what kind of relationships do you have with your title companies, your lenders, your landscapers, your home contractors. Look at your business and who are your vendors, and do you have a good relationship with them? If you have 2 or 3, that's great. From every field, you should have at least 2 or 3. But if you have some that are not working, then you need to cut the ties and find somebody else to replace them, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is recommend a carpet cleaning company and they don't show up on time. They don't confirm their appointments. They don't get back to their clients. They don't do a very good job. They tracked mud all the way through my home when they came here. Look at who you're doing business with, because that reflects on you, okay? And you want them to refer you, but you only want those that have a good name to refer you, because you're going to refer them. And then, just remember that, if you have an assistant, sit down and have your assistant go through this with you. She's probably going to know more about your business depending on what she does for you. And then maybe together she can give you some ideas and things that are not working and things that are working. If you have a team, maybe sit down with your team and just ask them, say, hey, what programs are working for you? Tell me what you've got. Let's see if they're working. If not, maybe we can combine it all together and as a team work together to help each other be successful in their business. You're always going to have competition. And there's nothing bad about having a good competition. So make sure your team has what they need and y'all share ideas and you learn from each other, because the stronger your team, everybody's going to win, right? So keep that in mind. And then look at your direct marketing. If you're marketing to a farm area and it's working, then okay, that's great. Let's see how we can make that better. So if something is working in your business, always look at ways to enhance it. What does your social media look like? Do you have a lot of interaction with one social media network over another? If you are on Twitter and you're on Facebook and you have a lot of stuff going on with Facebook, people are interacting, they're commenting, they're liking, and all this stuff, that's great. If you're over here on Twitter and it's like crickets, then don't spend time on it. You don't have to be on every network. It's just sometimes, you can have too much. So let's kind of pare it down, look and see what's working for you, what's not working, and kind of feel, that sense of accomplishment maybe, that you have eliminated programs. Because what I want you to do is, as you decide which programs you don't need anymore, write down how much you pay for that program each month, multiply that by 12, and look how much money you're going to save that year. And maybe you take that money and put it towards something that is working. Or maybe there's something new that you want. Maybe you need to hire an assistant and you can't afford to because you're spending all your money on your programs and everything. And taking $500 a year could pay for a virtual assistant maybe for a couple hours a week or a couple of hours a month, if nothing else. So look at that. If there's anything we can do for you, we're always happy to. We're always doing free consultations with our agents to help them kind of put their goals in place. And, what are your top 3 priorities to accomplish that will make you feel like you have gotten ahead? You've taken that one step closer to where you feel you need to be in your business.